Hey, everybody, all you writers out there, all you aspiring authors, it is time to finally write that book that you've been dreaming about, talking about, worrying about, wishing about, regretting that you haven't written yet. The time is now. If we learned anything during the pandemic, we learned that time is not guaranteed, nothing is guaranteed, and the time to act now is now. I mean, the time to act is now. So stop putting off your book dream, make it happen. It's life changing. And when you feel the fulfillment, the excitement, the satisfaction that you have actually written this book, you are going to be so excited. I'm America's book coach, Elizabeth Ann Atkins, and I'm here to guide you on the Ready, Set, Write Your Book Challenge. For the next 4 days, I am going to guide you with the mindset, mechanics, excitement, information about publishing and promotions, and a big introduction that's going to get you started right now. So are you ready? You must be, because you're here and you're tired of procrastinating. You're tired of feeling overwhelmed. You're tired of being confused. You're tired of the mystery of publishing. You're tired of the self-defeating thoughts that you just can't do it. You don't know how. You're not a good enough writer. Stop all the noise. Let's do this. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins, as I said, and real quick about me, I've written 40 books. As CEO of Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, we have written and published dozens of books in just 5 years since starting our company. My partner is Catherine M. Greenspan, my sister, and we do all kinds of inspiring books, mostly against the odds success stories, but also novels, how-to books, business books. So I want you to join the ranks of published authors who are out there making money, being a powerful influence, doing awesome things, and celebrating the success, the accomplishment of that huge life dream of writing a book. Let me show you a few of the books I've done. So I write novels, like steamy novels like Dark Secret, about someone who's passing for white. I have a book that I wrote with Billy D. Williams about a steamy love story that takes place in Brazil and Los Angeles. It's really hot. I also write steamy novels. This is an erotica novel called Husbands Incorporated under my pen name, Sasha Maxwell. But I also write about spirituality, and this is my memoir, God's Answer is No, Lessons from a Spiritual Life. We have written books for people such as the plastic surgeon Thomas Genevieve, the physician in San Antonio. His book is called Confessions of a Plastic Surgeon, shocking stories about enhancing butts, boobs, and beauty. It's a great book. So we also have done books for like coaches, because if you're a coach, you need a book as part of your curriculum. Kathy Callig went through my program, published author now. Another person who's gone through my 6-month program is Elaine Mackis, and her book is here somewhere. I'm going to show it to you. It's awesome. It's so good. And these 5 women executives shattered the blackened glass ceiling to write their book together, and we published it. And Catherine, my sister, has these 3 awesome young adult novels. Look how cool they look. The Veronica series by Catherine M. Greenspan. I also wrote a book for a family that was on The Biggest Loser. They lost 800 pounds together and wrote a book about it with my assistance. So now I'm here to help you write your book. You see, I have this broad expanse of experience and lots of energy, lots of enthusiasm to be your cheerleader to make you write your book finally, right? So let's get to it. I'm going to share my screen and we are going to rock and roll this. So you step away from this YouTube video or wherever you're watching it, saying, I can do this. And then you're going to join me tomorrow at noon Eastern time, live right here, to get the mindset that you need to write your book. Okay. So hold on. Here we go. So excited. All right. You're here for the Take the Ready, Set, Write Your Book Challenge. And then you are going to write your book in 6 months. And I'm going to help you. Okay. So here's a question to ask yourself. Are you really ready? Why haven't you written your book yet? What's blocking you from already being a published author? You have to address that before you will ever write your book. Okay. Something is stopping you. if it's fear, if it's procrastination, if it's nervousness that your book isn't good enough, or that you're not a good enough writer, or that you don't know how to do it, that's legit. We're going to address that. If it's that you're, have 4 young children and a full-time job and a spouse and a house, that's legit too. There's a lot going on in our lives, and writing takes time, focus, solitude, silence, for me anyway. And so it's hard to write when you're a young parent, or have a full-time demanding job, traveling a lot. But where there's a will, there is a way. And we are going to look, not today, but the next day when we do mechanics, we are going to do some reverse engineering to figure out where you can cut out some stuff in your life to carve out that time and commit to do the writing. Now, if you know anything about me, you know I'm a fitness fanatic, okay? I go to the gym. Today I had a kick. Oops, I'm not going to cuss, but I had a really hard workout with my trainer today. And I did some stuff I'd never even done, and it was hard, but guess what? I walked out of there feeling like a boss because my muscles were popping, shaking, burning. You need someone to help you, because I do not get that kind of workout by myself. I need a trainer to go in there and tell me what to do and make me keep doing it and push through the pain. Okay. So the same thing happens when you're writing. It's super easy to just get up, go watch Netflix, go to the fridge and get a snack, go with your friends, whatever. No, that will not get your book done. Just like slacking in the gym is not going to build those muscles that you really want. Okay. So let's do this. So what's stopping you? You really need to take a few minutes and reflect. Okay, am I scared? Am I afraid of criticism, consequences? Because sometimes people turn on you, or if you write about somebody in your book, even if it's real and true and you can prove it, you could lose friends. There could be consequences in your career, your relationships. So that's really something to think about, that you want to decide if it's worth it. And there's ways around it as well. So we'll discuss that. So what is blocking you? Just take some time tonight and really reflect on, why haven't I done this already? And if the answer is because you're confused, overwhelmed, all that stuff, guess what? That's over, because I'm here to help you. We're going to rock this. Next thing you need to know is 3 things to do to know before you write a single word. What are the 3 things you need to know before you write a single word? Okay. What do you think they are? 3 things that are going to set you on a course to write a phenomenal book with the quickest, fastest, easiest, most efficient strategy, instead of wasting all kinds of time and energy, money, anger, frustration. We're going to skip over all that, and I'm going to help you with this. First, you need to know these 3 things. Why? What's your why? Why are you writing this book? Who is your target audience? Who is it for? And don't say everybody, because everybody isn't going to read your book. We all want everybody to read our book, but chances are, if you're writing a legal thriller, not everybody reads those. If you're writing a romance, nope. If you're writing a memoir, not everybody reads memoirs. If you're writing a business book, it's going to appeal to people who care about your business, not something else. So you have the ability to know who your target audience is, and it's imperative before you start writing. Okay. So next, you also need to know your intention, and we're going to dive deeper into that in a second. So let's talk about your why. A lot of times, the reason people write a book is people tell them, oh, your story is so good, you should write a book. That sounds like a movie. That's what happened with my mother's story, The Triumph of Rosemary, a memoir by Judge Marilyn E. Atkins. She has a remarkable life story with my father, who is not here in physical form, but he's here in spirit. And so people for so long have been saying, write your book. It sounds like a Lifetime movie. So she wrote it by herself, retired judge, and people love it. They say it sounds like she's just talking to them in a conversational manner. But her why was inspired by other people's encouragement. And several of the memoirs that I've written for prominent people, their spouse encouraged them. The reason they came to me to ghostwrite their book was because their spouses said, you need to do this book to put your life story in your words for the world, to last forever, for generations to come, to learn from your life lessons. That is so powerful, and that is legacy. So, why are you writing this book? Why? Is it a spiritual calling? If you have a spiritual calling, you must write the book. You do not have the option. It is your obligation to higher powers to write the book. You are being called, inspired, and that's bigger than you. So that should be a huge motivation, because if you don't answer that call, whatever karma or whatever beliefs you might have, you're not following your divine life assignment. And we're given these divine life assignments. And when we execute them with excellence, guess what happens? We are rewarded, and we are rewarded in ways that you can't even measure with dollars or anything else. We are rewarded karmically by fulfilling our life obligation to contribute to the world. And a book is a powerful way, one of the most powerful ways you can ever contribute to the world. Because guess what? You write that book, people around the planet can read it forever. Okay. You can't argue with the power of that. Now, don't you want to feel that? You know you deserve it because you have the idea. And another motivator should be, you do not want to look up and see somebody else wrote the topic that you wanted to do. But what's unique is you writing about it, because we are all different. And that's the beauty of books. It's yours. You create it the way you want, and you can do a phenomenal job to touch people, to resonate, and really influence them. You could change a life, you could save a life, you could change the world. You will have that power when you write a book, and I'm going to help you. So let's go to the next thing. Now that you're taking time to understand your why, you are going to explore, who is your target audience? This is very important. So your target audience, that's who you're going to be writing to as you write your book. So you really have to know who you're addressing. Just like if you're talking to your grandmother, you're going to talk a certain way with respect and love. If you're talking to your colleagues at work, you're going to speak in a professional manner. If you're speaking to your neighbor who you just met, you're going to talk in a certain way. If you're speaking to your colleagues who, maybe you're on break and you can use your lingo, and, you can use all kinds of words that the other public won't understand, that's another style of languaging. So it's very important to know who you're talking to. So let me give some examples. If you're a physician and you're writing a book for the general public versus a book for other doctors, you have to write them two different ways. To write for doctors, you can use all kinds of medical terms and they'll know exactly what you're talking about. If you write it for the general public, you got to break it down, because we didn't go to medical school and we don't know what all those things mean, that code language you all use as doctors. So you have to speak to the regular folks who understand what you're saying. Okay, so here's another example. If you're a lawyer and you're writing for other lawyers, you can use all kinds of legal terms. But if you're writing for the general public, you just got to break it down real simple so we can all understand it. So here's another way to think of it. If you're a romance writer, you're going to write in a certain way because romance readers are voracious and they are expecting storytelling in a certain way, versus if you are writing a how-to book that's inspired by your business to showcase your specific expertise, you're going to write that in a different way, because you're going to just make it real clear and simple on how to do XYZ that you're teaching. Clear? You also regional ideas, like if you're writing for people only in your home state where there's certain things they're going to understand versus people on the other side of the country who don't have a clue what you're talking about. Understand who you're writing for, okay? Because if you don't, there's a saying, when you confuse, you lose. So you need to be real clear on that, okay? So who is your target audience? Nail it down as specifically as you can. You might even want to design an avatar, a specific person, know all their demographics, their age range, their education level. Where do they live? Urban, rural, suburban. What kind of professions do they have? Or are they not professionals? Are they working in other fields? Are they entrepreneurs? Are they people who work in factories or people who are doing sort of service industry jobs? You need to understand who you're talking to so you can address them in a way that resonates and makes them really engage with what you're writing. Okay, so now that we know who is our why, who is our target audience, and what is our why, we're going to talk about what is your intention for this book. So as a spiritual person, the word intention for me is like summoning up all the power of the universe to back what you're doing and give you guidance and protect you, shield you, fuel you, empower you. So when I say intention for your book, I'm talking about your big picture goal, your big, most grandiose vision for the book. Now, that could be something such as, oh, I want to get a multi-million-dollar movie deal, or I simply want to touch lives. This, for example, if you wrote a book about how you beat cancer, maybe you want to help other people who are having a cancer experience and help them heal and triumph in their health. Another intention for your book could just be to hit the New York Times bestseller list, get a 6 or 7 figure book deal. It could be just show all the people who told you you never would amount to anything that you are now a published author with some powerful stuff to share with the world. Whatever your intention is, it's yours. You said it, make it big, make it really big. Because when you shoot for the moon, you might miss and hit the stars instead. So go for it. What is your intention? Don't rush into it. If you've been dreaming about, thinking about a book for a long time, guess what? You probably already know your intention. Now's the time to just let it crystallize and put it into some words and write it down. And we're about to do that because you're not getting away from this challenge without doing some work. So now we're going to set your intention. Stephen Covey of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, awesome book. He wrote, begin with the end in mind. Pretty much reverse engineer. Begin with the end in mind. So ask and check your spelling for typos such as AS instead of ASK. Ask yourself, why are you writing this book? What is your end goal? End goal, your why. That's where your why comes in here too. Envision the best, biggest possible outcome. Do you want bestseller status, a movie deal, or just touching one life at a time? In here, know this intention with all your heart and soul and do not move from it. Envision and describe in writing the greatest possible outcome and influence for your book. Recite this daily and visualize it in meditation. That if you meditate, cool, you can join me every Wednesday night for free on Zoom. Go to twosisterswriting.com, register, join me. It's not free anymore. Sorry about that. Just for a small fee, but you will come away with it feeling rejuvenated, restored, energized, and excited. And you'll learn how to meditate, and I'll guide you. All you have to do is show up and close your eyes. But meditation is a really powerful tool for writers because when you get quiet, when you get still, when you have a routine or a ritual around it where you maybe listen to certain music or use a smudge stick to get the smoke, the sage smoke, clearing the energy, use crystals, essential oils, whatever you do, it clears your mind. It calms the monkey mind from jumping all around from thought to thought, and you get quiet and still, and you can actually hear that divine voice within that is our golden current of information. It's our truth. It comes straight from our heart and our soul. It bypasses all the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Oh, that's not good enough. Self-criticism, inner critic, all that stuff that's jumping around in the head. No, you want to go straight to the divine voice within you, that clear, concise, truthful, authentic voice that's within you. But we got to shut out the noise. And meditation enables you to do that. So I can help you with meditation for writers because it works magic. And then when you take an idea, like say, oh, here's my intention, I'm going to go meditate on it. Guess what? Whoosh, you will have an explosion of ideas seated in that intention. And you'll get so many ideas. You're going to like open your eyes and start writing them down. That's called intuitive writing, writing from that divine voice, not listening to thinking mind is shut off. No, let it flow. Intuition speaks the voice of spirit. That's where you want to go as a writer. We can get more into that, but for now, just remember that meditation works magic for writers. And then envision and write out what you want, write it out, and then recite it daily and visualize it in your meditation. Really, really works. That's how I lost 100 pounds, got fit, done all kinds of other things. It really works in your mind, body, and spirit. You got to activate that energy as a writer because that's where your power lies, okay? So next, let's talk about your target audience a little more. You want to write a detailed description of your ideal writer, your ideal reader. What problems are you going to help them solve with your book? On the cover of your book, you're making them a promise. In this book, you're going to learn, laugh, be inspired, cry, fall in love, whatever it is you're promising, you need to deliver. So you need to know what problems you're solving with the book that you're promising to the reader to entice them to pick it up. But you need to know this. This is like a psychological angle that you need to understand prior writing. So knowing your target audience, you have to understand what tone and writing style will best appeal to them. What tone and writing style will they most like? If you're writing a romance, you got to write it a certain way. If you're writing like an urban fiction novel, you can use different language styles that way. If you're writing like an academic book, clearly you have to write in an academic manner. So what tone and writing style will best appeal to your target audience? Now, here, what action do you want them to take? What action steps do you want your reader to say, okay, I read this book, Fat Family, Fit Family. Now I'm going to go lose weight. I'm going to go be on a show that's going to make me lose weight. I'm going to work with my trainer. I'm going to follow their diet. I'm going to follow their mindset tips. And I'm going to finally be a fit person instead of a fat person, if that's your intention. Okay, so what action do you want your reader to take? You want them to read something and be like, okay, so this one, my memoir, I wanted people to learn how to meditate. I want them to learn how to change their diet into a high vibe lifestyle and just feel phenomenal every day, like I do. So I have all these secrets that I'm sharing in my book to help people feel better. That's the action. I want them to follow all the steps that I do every day to feel better. Okay. So what action steps do you want your readers to take? Now here, where is your audience? Where are they? Are they on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn? Very different demographics. Are they at the coffee shop? Are they at a conference in your field where you can meet people that are all in your field of expertise? Are they at a program that appeals to parents? So are they at schools where they have children? Where are these people? Are they in professional associations? You need to know where they are. You need to find them and you need to promote to them as soon as possible. But we'll get to that on day 4 of the Ready, Set, Write Your Book Challenge. So here's another thing, promotions. You need to start thinking. Like I said, we'll talk about this on the day 4, but you need to start thinking what kinds of promotions will appeal to your audience. So for example, if it's an older crowd, they might not be on the internet. So old-fashioned flyers, old-fashioned phone calls, meetings, live appearances where it's safe for you to do so. Young people, obviously you're going to be on TikTok. And if it's a professional endeavor, you need to be on LinkedIn. So what types of promotions are going to appeal to your specific target audience? You got that? So now we're going to take all these 3 things you need to know before you write your book and tie them into what I call your summary sentence. Your summary sentence is a one sentence that combines your why, your intention, and your target audience. So check this out. Here's an example of your summary sentence, which is like your North Star, your guiding light for your book. I feel it's my life purpose to share my knowledge for overcoming a painful divorce by writing my formula for healing and reinventing myself to teach other divorcing or divorced women how to do the same. And I want to use the book as the curriculum for my online seminars and retreats. So check this out. You can see that I color coded it for your ease of understanding. So why? It's my purpose to share this knowledge to overcome a painful divorce. Okay. Intention, use the book as the curriculum for my online seminars and retreats. Target audience, divorcing and divorced women. Boom. You got that? It's really cool. Like I made up this summary sentence thing. And whenever I'm writing a book myself or for other people, or if I'm coaching as America's Book Coach, the first thing you have to do is rock this summary sentence. Okay. Why, intention, target audience. These are the 3 nuggets that are going to fuel your mission as a writer. Okay. So next, it's time for you to get to work. I hope you didn't just come here to watch, because it's a challenge, and I'm challenging you to get to work right now to make some stuff happen so you can get your book done. Okay. So here, why I'm writing this book, what's your intention, your target audience, and then you weave it all together in your summary sentence. So what you can do is you can watch the replay and pause this video and write your summary sentence. Okay. I want you to email me, Elizabeth at americasbookcoach.com, and tell me if you had any challenges with this, if you had any questions with this. Okay. Your summary sentence is your North Star. You're going to let it guide your writing journey. You're going to post it in your writing space. You are going to read it to refocus if you get confused. And you're going to spend time reflecting on each part, because you might understand who your target audience is right now. But as you dive deeper into your content for the book, you might get some new ideas. So keep asking yourself, am I staying true to this mission? Is my writing addressing my why, aiming for my intention, and addressing my target audience? Those are the things you need to know. So here's another thing. Guess what? The reason you haven't written your book yet is because it's really hard and you need help. Like I shared with my awesome example as America's Book Coach, who's also a fitness fanatic who works with a trainer to get the best result the fastest. And it's mind-blowing how fast you can get results. Like we started doing these ab workouts, I'm telling you, in days. In a matter of days, I could see the difference in my abs. I was just, are you serious? Am I looking at the same person's stomach? So the same goes when you work with a book coach who can help you, first of all, keep the discipline to work as hard as possible to make it happen and get the fastest, most powerful, impressive results. It's the same as with a trainer. When you work with a coach, a book coach, you are going to show up because you paid for it. You committed the time, you made the appointment. There's another person involved. So you're accountable, not just to yourself, which is so easy to blow off, which is why you haven't written your book yet. And you're accountable to this coach. You're accountable to this trainer. You're accountable to the investment you've made in time, money, commitment, energy, intention, dreams, wishing. So there's one thing that is a really powerful metaphor, that you get results with a fitness trainer when you work with someone, and you get results when you work with a book coach, because there's so much more involved. And so please visit americasbookcoach.com to learn how I can help you in personal, individual, one-on-one sessions over Zoom, or in my group coaching class, which starts in November. It's called the 6 Months to Success book coaching program where you will write your book in 6 months. Think about that. Think about the last 6 months. What have you done? What have you done for the past 6 months? What if 6 months ago you started writing your book? You would be finished and you would have it in your hand or ready to publish or whatever route you're going to take, which we'll talk about on the 4th day. So think about 6 months is so fast. You could end 2022 as a published author. You could write your book in 6 months from November to April in my program with my help, with all my energy, encouragement, expertise, guest speakers who can assist you in actually getting it done, including one-on-one sessions that you get so you can get your tailor-made instruction and inspiration that you need to write that book. You can learn all your publishing options. You can learn how to start promoting your book, how to address your target audience in the best possible way. The guest speakers are going to help you learn all the different angles. And so the point is that you could have a book in 6 months and be published by the end of next year, and your life could be totally different. You could get that movie deal. You could travel the world talking about your book. You could get a TED Talk. You could get more clients for your coaching business. You could spike your speaking fees if you're a speaker. You could promote your business, boost your brand, amplify your authority as a business owner. There are so many benefits to writing a book. You can save lives if you share your health testimony, your healing testimonial story. You can help people laugh and escape from the stress of the world and enjoy a good story. You can share your story that'll last for generations to come for your relatives and people everywhere to be more inspired by your overcoming the odds. It's just endless. So what if you could end 2022 with your book in your hand, touching people around the world, but better, worse? I mean, that's the exciting outcome you want here. But what if another year goes by and you still haven't written your book? Won't you be mad, frustrated, especially because you know you can get help to make it happen? I'm here to help you. It's time to stop procrastinating, feeling overwhelmed, fearful, anxious, confused. That's over. America's Book Coach is here to help you. So you have the power to invest the time, the energy, the resources to make this dream come true. So let's do it. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins, America's Book Coach. I'm so happy that you joined me for day 1 of the Ready, Set, Write Your Book Challenge, because then we're going to write your book in 6 months. I'm going to help you write your book in 6 months. So please visit americasbookcoach.com. Stop back here at the Two Sisters Writing and Publishing YouTube channel on Monday, or if you're watching the replay, just watch video number 2, day 2 of the Ready, Set, Write Your Book Challenge. And we will resume live on Monday, November 25th, 2021. I'm so happy you're here. I bet you're happy you're here too, because you suddenly feel encouraged. You suddenly feel empowered. You suddenly feel informed that, yes, I can do this. I can write my book. I can help change the world. I can help change my life, and I can help change the lives of people everywhere. And I did it with the help of Elizabeth Ann Atkins, America's Book Coach. So let's do this, and I will see you on day 2 of the Ready, Set, Write Your Book Challenge. Meanwhile, happy writing, and visit americasbookcoach.com. You can also follow me on Twitter for updates, Elizabeth Atkins, and I'm so excited that you're here. Take care, happy writing, and I'll see you in the next video.